It's Toro for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, August 26, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I have your 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, the gateway to the weekend. The top story at the 5 o'clock hour is Reno, Nevada, where the speech that Hillary Clinton delivered on Thursday was the one that many Democrats have been waiting for. It was a boosted attack on Donald Trump's passive rhetoric that left no gap or alleged dog whistle unintentioned. Mayors do not have the right to ban bikinis. Francis Hayes, a Minnesota court ruled Friday that the Council of State rules suspends abandoned the town of Villalobos near Nice and could affect cities around the country. The obscene third in the voicemail left from Maine Representative Drew Gattin certainly was an anonymous Mr. Gattin. Zika has a foothold in the Canadian United States now that was part of Miami-Dade County, Florida, have infected people with the virus. Stocks low after Janet Yellen's remarks in the U.S. rate. We'll have more of that on the Saltbar report coming up in a little bit. Kale Mill refers to the banana Christianity to ISIS ex-shooter Gianni John. Italy, earthquake delays on it, more than 2,000 forced to live in camps. The Iraq Syria, escorted by armored troops, dozens of soldiers and their families left this war wrecked suburbs of the Syrian capital on Friday as part of a forced evacuation deal struck with the government to end a 4-year siege on an oil campaign. Istanbul Karamis, Turkey. Turkish forces will remain in Syria for as long as it takes to cleanse the border of the Islamic State and other militants. Prime Minister Binali Yildirim said on Friday after a truck bombarded by Kurdish insurgents killed at least. In Zimbabwe's capital city, police fired tear gas and water cannons to disperse a demonstration that the country's top court had willed could proceed. Paris, Seoul. The smoke is dispersed, but North Korea's national line may not be cruising according to schedule. Also, Norway. The Philippines government and communist rebels agreed to a historic and indefinite ceasefire to end Asia's longest running insurgency. Mexico City. The volcano Colima erupted on a column of smoke and ash plumes that spread across parts of the Mexico on Friday. Seoul, North Korea called its troops to renew their democratic zone to maintain battle mobilization readiness. Singapore's air quality entered the unhealthy category on Friday with the Indonesian forest fires causing a smoke haze over the city. The search for the 3-year-old child abducted from Pennsylvania on Friday ended in Midtown Manhattan. Police sources said a car carrying little Ava Byrne was pulled over to Westbury 4th Street near 9th Avenue. Reward offered an enslaved nuns case in Mississippi as a minister in Mississippi says the memorial mass will be held for 2 Calvin nuns who were found slain inside their home. A 32-year-old Tennessee police officer with 3 small children was fatally shot Thursday while responding to a domestic violence call. San Francisco, a judge who sentenced him of a former Stanford University swimmer to 6 months in jail for sexual assault touched up with the national debate over campus rape, took himself off a criminal case by the efforts to remove him from the bench. Washington, a federal judge has ordered the State Department to review 15,000 emails Hillary Clinton does not turn over the previously released them on September 13th. Right? Washington, Donald Trump repudiated support from white supremacist hours after his supporter Hillary Clinton touted his candidacy to hate groups including the Ku Klux Klan. Washington, the U.S. Justice Department has filed a brief with the Supreme Court endorsing an appellate court decision to strike a restrictive voter ID law in North Carolina. New York, 2 men arrested and more than 65 pounds of heroin were seized after an investigation uncovered a drug hidden in truck-to-trailer axle, authorities said. The maker prevent and not some Thursday that will help more patients pay for the life-saving allergy injection, brought an intense criticism from politicians, doctors, and patients over the drugstore and list price. A key measure for corporate profits grows by the spring for the second straight quarter alongside modest growth in the overall economy. Woolmate, a command and costly account, 2 Wall Street hedge fund giants took it over the nutritional supplement company called Herbalife. But it's now what years yet. A federal judge on Friday granted a request by Uber Technologies and its chief executive officer to put a passenger's price-fixing lawsuit against them on hold while they appeal is refusal to let them arbitrate the dispute. Washington, ITT Tech, one of the latest and most expensive for private schools in the United States, was hit Thursday with a severe restriction of education officials. Picatinny, also in New Jersey, U.S. Army is developing a new extended range of 155mm artillery round to replace the Agent M549A1 rounds produced in the 1970s and 1980s. Kabul, Afghanistan, the U.S. Air Force this week delivered the final for the M27D-532 Sport helicopter to the Afghan Air Force in the capital city of Kabul. Forget the tuna fish. A group of who set out with hopes of catching some near Cape Cod were much more excited to see a pot of killer whales alongside their boat Tuesday afternoon. Researchers said to the middle high school students who may not be doing it for nicotine. In breast cancer, patients who were judged by the high risk by clinical assessment were thus considered for chemotherapy use of the 17-gene signature test found that half of these women could skip chemotherapy. Fentanyl and other synthetic opioids sold as counterfeits and deadly new trend. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy issued a little 2.3 million American health professionals Thursday asking them to pledge commitment to the combating the United States president opioid epidemic. Barely waiting a job, Donald Trump's new campaign CEO is already facing hard scrutiny of a 20-year-old domestic violence trial general education of the voter registration form. The map says it all. Donald Democrats need 4 to 5 states to win back to 2000, and in November they got a shot at least 9 races. Alright, looking at some local news. At 5:05 from the Edinburgh Sun Chronicle. In North Edinburgh, curiosity and excitement at the Cow Clock Airs YMCA new Duran Kids Tribute has already kicked in. 12 lucky kids, presented donors, and board members of thank you banner at the North Edinburgh Gym's opening ceremony Friday before President and CEO Ed Hurley invited them to give the play area the test run. At first they hesitated, their small eyes opened by the room's many features, but soon they were sprinting them in all directions. Some headed straight for the slats, attempted to climb up in the burst like a kids navigated the main treehouse, completed with the 2 bridges and several tunnels fit for exploring, while others dove straight into the ball pit, safety sending almost out as the 600 plastic balls flew across the gym floor. North Edinburgh split decision. Selectmen chose former local building inspector Russell Wheeler as the new building commissioner, passing over the outside candidate with a previous experience leading the building department. Mansfield town officials are hoping to stave off a potential parking crunch next week when one of the major commuter parking lots near the MBTA rail station is scheduled to close. Boston orcas have been spotted off Cape Cod for the second time this summer. The Cape Cod Times has reported a group of tuna fishermen about 12 miles up the coast spotted 4 orcas on Tuesday and posted a video and cut it online. The whale stayed nearby for 10 to 15 minutes and went to point swim under the boat. Salem, Massachusetts Fire Marshal's Office has offered a reward up to $5,000 for information about the explosive fact that dated inside the news box in the LGBT newspaper in Salem. And now, take a look at the stock and commodity report. The Dow closed the day down 53.01 at 18,395.40. SP 5 down 3.43 at 2,169.04. And NASDAQ up 6.71 at 5,218.92. DAX up 18 points at 10,587.77. FTSE up 21.15 points at 6,838.05. CAC up 35.26 at 4,441.87. Asia markets down. Nikkei down 195.24 points at 6,360.71. Shanghai up 2.15 at 3,070.48. HSI up 94.59 points at $22.909.54. In your markets, 47.33 unchanged. Brent 49.71 up 4 cents, and Nigeria has 2.854 up 8,000 points. Gold down 8 cents at 33.28. Silver 18.615 up 126,000 points, and copper 2.0785 up 2,000 points. And the bonds. US 10 unit 1.6279% up 52,000 points. 110 unit 0.07% up 19,000 points. And Japanese 10 unit 0.15,000 points at 0.075%. FX bonds European US dollar 1.1195 and change. US dollar Japanese yen 101.82 up $1.31 and Great Britain pound US dollar 1.3137. And now look at the commodities. Wheat 4.6 1/4 down 17.5. Soy 9.67 down 8.5. Corn 3.25 1/4 down 6 3/4. Sugar 20.57 up 2 cents. Coffee 1.45.30 up 85 cents. Cotton 67.99 down 5 cents. And red rice 9.905 up 5,000 points. Cocoa 3,025 unchanged. Live cattle 16.20 down 2.325. Laid out 61.325 up 2.625. And 50 cattle 140.10 down $1.70. Peter Channel News Time is now 5:08 on this Friday evening, and start off a sport to port. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the Kansas City Royals in the first of a 3-game series at Fenway Park, and the New England Patriots will be down in Charlotte, North Carolina, taking on the Carolina Panthers. Game time, 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Edward Dallas Cowboys joins Elliott Putt store. Visit not good for Ezekiel Elliott as a Maryland district in Seattle is indicated with a pattern of bad behavior. Carl Smith was a better hitter than AJ Ellis. That's been true about 37 years, and it's certainly true today. Given a fair goal, one about to win the World Series. You choose Wooey's. Robin O'Hattry scored a hat trick to God Baron Minnow to a 6-7 win over the Werder Bremen on Friday in the first match of 2016-2017 Bundesliga season. During the first series of the Arizona Cardinals Week 1 match with the New Orleans Saints last season, Terry Matthew picked the nickelback position in first down versus the bunch formation. Peter Joe New Time, 5:09 on this Friday evening, the gateway to the weekend, and it's time now for a Dragon Transit Report on this Friday evening. Take a look at the MBTA on this Friday evening, and the MBTA on the subway system. Providence train 8:26 4 p.m. from Providence up at 5:50 minutes beyond schedule between Providence Station and South Station. But otherwise, the Franklin train 7:20 to 5:04 p.m. from Forest Park operate 5:50 minutes beyond schedule early medical mercy at Franklin. But otherwise, it is looking good on the commuter rail and on the subway. Green Line Spirits and delays the disabled train at Copley. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, looking at the highways and byways of New England and the 6-state New England region on this Friday. Highways and byways, New York City. So go. 95 on the northbound side is back there from Greenwich all the way to the Bridgeport. 95 on the southbound side is back to Newark, then the Sanford, Red Parkway, and the northbound side is back there from Greenwich all the way to the Bridgeport. 95 on both ends is backed up from West Haven to New Haven. 95 on both ends backed up East New Haven down to Guilford. 95 on both ends is backed up to Old Saybrook. 84 eastbound side is backed up from 684 New York State all the way to Newtown, and then hit brakes again for the Waterbury Stretch. 84 westbound side Sullivan and Waterbury before Route 8. 91 on the southbound side backed up just before Route 95 in New Haven, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side backed around 691 in Meriden, Connecticut. 91 on both ends is backed up from downtown Hartford. 91 on the southbound side backed up to with it. 84 in downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 84 is backed up on both ends for the Hartford Stretch. Up in western Massachusetts. 91 on the northbound side is backed up from the Connecticut border all the way up to 291 in Springfield. Mass Pike eastbound side is backed up for the Springfield Stretch from 291 to 91. Mass Pike on the westbound side back to the land that's headed towards New York State border. Alright, down in central Massachusetts, 291 on the westbound side, it is backed up from Shrewsbury all the way up to Route 9 in Worcester. Mass Pike in the eastbound side. Backed up from Western all the way up to I-84 Stretch. Mass Pike eastbound side backed up from Sturbridge all the way up to Westport and Hillbase again for the Natick Stretch. Down in Rhode Island, 146 is backed up after both ends after 295 Lincoln. 295 southbound side backed around Route 6 in Johnston. 95 on the southbound side is backed up from 10 in Cranston all the way up to the East Greenwich. 95 on the northbound side is backed up from downtown Providence. 95 southbound backed up from Pawtucket to downtown Providence. 146 southbound side backed up 15 to 95. 195 westbound side backed up Seekonk down to Providence. 146 to the southbound side backed up 195 to 6. 195 on the eastbound side it is backed up from the Somerset to the Breckenridge and Fall River. 24 southbound side backed up from 495 in Raynham all the way to Route 148 Taunton. 495 on the southbound side is backed up to 24 in Ram. 95 on the southbound side is backed up to 128 Kenton and hit brakes again from Sharon all the way up to Route 146 to Route 295 and then out of it. Route 3 is backed up from Marshfield all the way up to Plymouth, and then the brakes again from Plymouth down for the Sagamore Bridge is backed up on the Route 6 in the eastbound side. 120 is backed up from Waltham all the way at the Braintree split. 120 northbound side backed up split to Route 24 out in Randolph. Stafford is Expressway. Both ends is backed up from Quincy out at the Braintree and the Dorchester. 93 the southbound side is backed up from Somerville down for the Dorchester. 93 both ends of downtown Boston is backed up. Mass Pike eastbound side is backed up Newton all the way out to the Logan Airport. Mass Pike both ends backed up to Logan Airport to South Boston. Route 1 on the northbound side is backed up to Charlestown down to Chelsea. Route 1 on the southbound side is backed up to Charlestown Stretch. 93 on the northbound side by the Lake Bridge all the way up to Medford. Route 2 eastbound side is backed up from Arlington down to Cambridge. 120 on the northbound side back to Route 2 in Lexington all the way at the Route 1 in Peabody. Route 120 is southbound side back to the Burlington Stretch. Route 3 on the northbound side back to the Burlington and the Billwick. 93 on the northbound side back to from North Vanderbilt down in the Lawrence. 495 on both ends back to from Reedy to 93 in Lawrence. 495 is backed up all the way to Haverhill. 495 southbound side back to for 3 in Westford. Route 2 westbound side back to the Leominster Stretch. 190 in the northbound side back to around Route 2 in Leominster. Down in Southern New Hampshire, 93 on the northbound side is back to from Boulder Concord. 93 on the northbound side back to the Durham, New Hampshire. Spalding Turnpike on the northbound side is back to 95 Portsmouth to Route 4 in Durham. Everett Turnpike on the northbound side back to the Nashua Stretch. 95 on the southbound side and northbound side is back to around Hampton. 95 on Main Turnpike is back to from Kittery down to Guntwick. 93 on the southbound side back to between Tilton and Loudon. 95 on the northbound side is back to after 295 up in South Portland. And up in North Vermont, 89, both ends back to the Canadian border up in Vermont. 91 on the southbound side backed up after the Canadian border up in Northern Vermont. 87 on the northbound side is backed up around Riddle and Champlain on both ends. And on Route 15 is backed up in Southern Quebec after the U.S. border headed towards Montreal. Peter Chow News Time is now 5:14 on this Friday evening, the gateway to the weekend. And it's time now for a weather report. Current conditions around the region, it is 85 degrees with a humidity of 30%. Dew point a sultry 74 degrees. Heat index feels like 93, barometer 29 inches and it's steady, and winds are coming in the northwest. Alright, take a look at our current conditions around the region on this 5:15 p.m. hour. It's 90s galore all over the place from Fitchburg through Boston and up to the Beverly and down through Norwood, and a pair of 88s from Taunton and New Bedford and Providence, 84 from Quonset in Plymouth, 82 in Falmouth, it's 84 out in Worcester, it's 88 out in Greenfield, Massachusetts, up in Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire, Portland, Maine, it's 87 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, it's a pair of 84s in Keenan, Dragon, New Hampshire, and then up in Banton and Brown, Vermont, it is 90 in Springfield and Northford, it's 86 in Denver, 84 in Waterbury, 91 out in Meriden and Bridgeport, Connecticut, and 84 degrees out in Groton, Massachusetts. Groton, Connecticut. Alright, look at the national map, and it shows a cold front stretching from the Four Corner region, stretching in the Indians, the Kansas, merging the St. front from Missouri, all the way up into the Great Lakes, and merging the cold front from Quebec, and merging the State front up into the eastern Quebec. Front stretching from Maryland, stretching up the Maine coast, and front stretching from Nevada down to Mexico, and high pressure ridges up in the northwestern corner of the country, and Minnesota, Ohio Valley, and the Four Corner region, and off the Carolina coast, and front from Louisiana down to the Gulf of Mexico. 80 degrees out in New York City, pair of 85s in Pittsburgh and Detroit, 94 in Washington, D.C., 92 in Atlanta, 90 in Miami, Fort. It's 79 in Chicago, 7 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 68 out in Omaha, Nebraska, 83 in Kansas City, 89 in Dallas, Texas, 93 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 66 in Great Falls, Montana, 83 in Seattle, 69 in Seattle, 69 in San Francisco, 74 in Los Angeles, it's 93 in Las Vegas, 95 in Phoenix, 85 in Salt Lake City, 75 in Denver, and 36 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright, looking at the latest radar picture. Take a look at the radar, and it shows. Oh gosh. Alright, take a look at radar, and it shows. Let's go to the southeastern corner of the state. Where? We're seeing some clusters of rain showers from eastern New Bedford down to Rochester and then up to Harbor Beach and Metapoisin and around Wareham. Rainy showers around Sandwich and search around Dennis and Yarmouth around Harwich and around South Yarmouth for the line of rain showers from Hyannis and then for Critchard and East Falmouth. And seeing a cluster of showers and storms off Charlestown, Rhode Island, and a patch of rain showers around Rockville, Rhode Island, and a patch of rain showers west Lakeville around Berkeley, Massachusetts. And a line of rain showers off the main coast stretching into Nova Scotia, and a cluster of showers and storms from northern and north central portions of New Brunswick. Looking at the radar around the country, it shows a clusters of showers and storms from Florida stretching in the Gulf States, and a clusters of showers and thunderstorms from Iowa stretching in up the Four Corner region, and up in the Northern Rockies and the Plain States, and up in the southern Saskatchewan and several western portions of Manitoba. Another rain showers from eastern portions of British coming up to the western portions of Alberta. Another rain showers off the eastern Quebec, and a little line of rain showers stretching from northwestern corner of West Virginia and northwestern Virginia. And a line of showers from northern Georgia down to Carolinas up to Alabama down from Mississippi. Alright, take a look at the satellite loop, and it shows. Take a look at the satellite, and it shows little clouds stretching from the Gulf States, stretching up in the plains and in the western Great Lakes, and patch of clouds from Four Corner region up to the northern plains, northern Rockies, and a line of clouds from northwest Oregon and Washington State, but the birds coming in out of Alberta, and a line of clouds from Saskatchewan, stretching to Manitoba, and the northwestern portions of Ontario. Another clouds from the eastern portions of Quebec. Alright, looking at the latest on the tropics and the latest on Gaston. It's 65 mile per hour winds. Sail location 26.2 in the north, 49.7 in the west, movement northwest at 17 miles an hour. And a public advisory, and it's Gaston forecast again hurricane intensity, as there will be no coastal watch warnings effect at 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. The center of the tropical storm Gaston was located near latitude 26.2 in the north, latitude 49.7 in the west. Gaston is moving toward the northwest near 17 miles an hour, and the system should continue in the general direction at a slower rate at 4 speed during the next 2 days, and must sustain without near 65 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some straight wind is forecasted during the next 48 hours. Gaston is expected to begin hurricane intensity on Saturday. Total for west of the center was up to 150 miles from 240 kilometers from the center. Estimated minimum set pressure 997 miles, so 29.44 inches. Alright. two disturbances. Disturbance number one. A weak area of low pressure is located between the northeastern coast of Cuba and the central Bahamas. The associated shower and thunderstorm activity has increased during the past few hours, but remains stationarized and is located mainly to the east southeast of the low. Upper level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for the significant development and during the next day or so. While the system moves northwest at about 10 miles an hour, the revival conditions could become a little more conducive for the development of early next week, while the system income approaches the eastern Gulf of Mexico. And regardless of development, heavy rains and potential cause flash floods on sides are likely over the Hispaniola today and over eastern and central Cuba throughout the weekend. Gusty winds and local heavy rainfall likely over portions of the Bahamas and will likely to spread to parts of the southern Florida and the Florida Keys and this over the weekend. And just as elsewhere should be in Florida and the eastern Gulf of Mexico should continue to monitor the progress of the disturbance. Formation chance for forecast. Low 30% formation chance of 5 days. Medium 60%. And service number 2. Disorganized. Shower and thunderstorm activity located over the north central Gulf of Mexico associated with a weak area of disturbed orbit. Surface pressures this area are high, and the significant development in the system are not expected before it reaches the coast of the Texas over the weekend. However, regardless of the tropical cyclone development in the two rivers could produce rainfall along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana and southern Texas during the next couple of days. And for additional information, please see products from your local national weather office. Formation chance for forecast. Low 10% formation chance for 5 days. Low 10%. Alright. Looking at the latest forecast discussion around the region. Alright, a cold front moves off the New England coast this evening at high pressure, then builds over the northern New England, bringing driveway for about 3 weekend as we go on Sunday to Monday. Be chance of showers and thunderstorms out of the sweeping cold front. A brief period of high pressure falls for Tuesday prior to the another cold front for Wednesday with again the chance of wet weather. Low coverage forecast of Thursday onward as a competing air masses present the double-sided possibility of either wet weather or rarely competing completely dry. So those of you who are going to the Deutsche Bank Golf Championship in Norton, you better watch my weather forecast to see what is going on in the weather department. Alright, throughout this evening, cold front is moving throughout the area with extended showers spot south and east of the Boston Harbor line. Keep on the 7 warm side. On the front, weighs 15 to 2003 kg. However, stability parameters are more marginal. This is just limited potential for thunder to run down southeast Massachusetts and the front moves tonight. Cold front should move offshore by midnight. 2 points are in the 70s headed to the front and the mid-60s beyond. So I expect the day to become a little more comfortable as clear skies ahead to the western Massachusetts spread across all of 7 New England early tonight. Also expect the winds to become light and into clear skies. And that winds are 2 points in the mid-60s still out. Minimum temperatures reach the mid and upper 60s, most places in the low 70s and Cape Towns and urban spots. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, we're going to have some mostly clear sky about 66 degrees. Light northwest wind. For Saturday, sun and most clear sky about 85, low about 59 degrees. Northwest wind about 3 to 6 miles, shifting to light southeast. For Sunday, sun and podcast about 84, about 63 degrees. Coming 7, 5 to 7 miles in the morning. For Monday, most of the podcast about 88, about 65 degrees. For Tuesday, most of the sun and podcast about 86, about 65 degrees. For Wednesday, most of the sun and podcast about 89, about 65 degrees. And for Thursday, most of the sun and podcast about 84, about 60 degrees. And for Friday, most of the sun have about 81 degrees. Here's what the phrase of the evening. Chance shot, but otherwise, it's going to be fantastic night on a Friday night in the weather department. And good weekend ahead. Viewers, hope you have a good evening. That's going to be for the Peter till 5 o'clock news on this Friday, August 26, 2016. Viewers, hope you have a good evening and a good positive till I'll see you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. Hope you have a good evening.